All right, we got our first caller. Who's calling in? Who we got with us? Oh God. Oh, we got a musician here. Hey. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Josh Lane. What's going on?
Today is my birthday, isn't it?
It is
Oh
your
man.
birthday.
Oh boy. Not quite Sir Foster, but it's up. It's up there.
It's getting close. Just a little bit more practice, and that the Atlanta Hawks should be hiring me. And been waiting by my phone.
Yeah, just gotta. Well, you gotta look for the application on. How did he find it on Craigslist?
Is it on Craigslist? Oh,
That's what he said he did.
I've been looking on LinkedIn and Indeed.com. How could I forget Craigslist?
That's what he did. What's happening, James? Welcome to your show.
Well, I wouldn't call it. I mean, it's your show, man. I say it's my baby, but it's your show.
Oh, well, we're trying to expand. I'm trying to expand out the casting, man.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, y'all have like a soccer cast now. I saw.
Yeah. I was talking earlier. He got, I would say, 3.5 out of 4 picks correct from the opening weekend.
That's impressive.
So we just recorded. It should be up shortly, guys. But if you guys are looking to make some money, listen to what Matt has to say with his trip, his picks. So.
And that was EuroLeague picks, right? Not Copa America?
Yeah, the EuroLeague, yes.
Yeah. What do you think about U.S. winning their group for Copa? You saw that?
It's surprising because you watch any of the other teams, and I may be reaching here again, guys. I'm no soccer expert. Like, I feel like I'm more comfortable with basketball. You look at the U.S. team, and it's just kind of like, who do we have on our team that's, I don't know. It's just amazing that they can scrap together and get a victory.
Well, I'm not sure if it's more of like, who do we have? I just think it's more of a fact that, we never see soccer really covered by any of these really major sports outlets. Like, you never see ESPN really post anything, like, unless it's like the day of an event, When it comes to basketball, we're always seeing LeBron James highlights or Steph Curry highlights and everything like that. We don't really see soccer highlights, that much. I think that's a big root of it, unless you're like so die hard into soccer. But I mean, I like, if you're just like kind of a casual fan, like me, for example, I'm a casual soccer fan. So
Same here.
Yeah, so I'm only watching on game days for the most part. If it wasn't for like when a game's on, I wouldn't really know that much about, some of the players. Like, I probably only name you one soccer player beating Clint Dempsey.
Clint Dempsey, because of all the memes.
Yeah.
No, man.
I probably name more women's player just because of the amount of success they've had over men's players, to be honest.
Well, something that Matt pointed out to me saying was, you notice the thing is, whenever you look at the players per team, because he was just going through like just teams like Slovakia, Ireland. He was just naming players in the different clubs that they play for. But he says the thing with the U.S. players is, outside of who was the goalie we had? Not Guzman, but
no, wait, you talking about the goalie? Tim Howard?
Yeah, Tim Howard. He says you never see, like, and maybe outside of Clint Dempsey, the teams that these guys play for aren't, prestigious or even good teams. They're all teams that have gotten relegated. Because he pointed out to me saying, like, Josie Altidore, or was it Guzman? I can't remember. Somebody was playing on a team that got relegated, and Josie basically played 15 games without scoring a goal. And he's saying the teams that they play for aren't that good, and that's why it's hard to advertise for the players. Absolutely. Which he says is the thing with the U.S. That makes it really tough. But
absolutely, I can definitely see that. Speaking of relegation, could you imagine if any other sport that we watch today, like in the United States, like baseball, football, or like any of these other major league sports we have, if there was a relegation system, placed in those sports, there wouldn't be, I think the only two sports you really could do that with would be soccer and hockey, just because they have those lower divisions. But just Imagine any of those other sports getting relegated, like having to watch the Patriots playing like a minor league team or something like that just because they had a bad year or something. I don't know.
I can't imagine. They couldn't do that for football just because the sample size is so small.
Absolutely.
Uh, I don't know. Maybe hockey,
Yeah,
like you
hockey's the
say.
only one. I mean, they got a couple of leagues. I think there's like two. I mean, there's like two or three leagues within the U.S. I think there's like NHL, AHL, and then like ECHL or something like that.
Hockey, definitely you couldn't do basketball. There's not enough teams or leagues. Though,
I don't think there's enough talent for that as well.
yeah.
Like I think.
Well, okay. Well, let's say there's like a minor league team or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and they play as much. They get paid roughly the same amount as you was with the NBA team.
Yeah.
Imagine like the 76ers, because that'd be the team that everyone would be like, yeah, they
Yeah,
need to.
but do you think any of those teams, those D League teams, could beat the 76ers? Because I think there's just a huge talent gap in between, like the
You're
NBA
right.
and D League. If I think it'd be cool if there was like, I mean, not cool, but if there, I just think I think one of the other things is just the way our system's been established so far. I mean,
Oh,
it's a big money game. Like a
oh
lot of
yeah.
owners, so much money into these teams. Like expecting them to win, expecting to bring money within the team by people purchasing tickets and stuff like that. I couldn't see that happening. To be honest.
Well, imagine if it were for baseball and they just got rid of the farming system, just turned those into leagues.
Ooh.
Just imagine like, the Gwinnett Braves are in a higher league than the Atlanta Braves.
Well, I mean, and I guess the big thing with those is the farming leagues. Because those farm leagues are essentially owned by those owners who, like the Atlanta Braves own the Gwinnett Braves and all these other. I assume they do. I'm actually not sure about that because I've never really kind of looked into that. If those farm teams are owned by different entities or they just kind of like affiliations, I guess, in a way, if they're just kind of affiliated with that team. But
Well,
I guess the money thing is the issue at this point. Bringing in talent and stuff.
true.
True
So,
road.
well, I was going to say, because we love to talk about everything, let's get into something basketball related. Man, what you want to talk about real quick? Talk about the finals. Talk about Steph's shoes. Talk about
I'd wear Steph shoes. I wear them.
You would.
I would wear them. Those look like some of the they're plain white. They're pretty basic shoes. Like I'm onto anything like too gaudy or too flashy or anything like that.
I got you. I wear all black basketball shoes. I don't wear anything with colors. So
yeah, like I own a pair of brown dress shoes that I use for work. Unfortunately, I need to stop wearing those work as much. But wear a pair of brown shoes, pair of black shoes, and I have two pairs of tennis shoes, like a bright orange pair of tennis shoes that I wear for tennis, and then like a pair of gray running shoes. Like I don't have anything like too spastic or too fancy or anything like that. So I think the only thing that would hold me back on those Steph shoes, is like I'm not paying $125 for.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, if he came out with those shoes and they were like, $40, $50, I'd be like, all right, cool. I really don't care. But $120, like, those are like Jordans. Those are,
I wouldn't pay that for any tennis shoe. Like, I bought, like, when I was a cross country and track runner in high school and everything, like, track and cross country shoes don't even cost that much. Those things are made for running. Like I get this kind of shoes, like it's more like a fashion type shoe, but still, it's just like I'm not paying that much for a pair of shoes. Like, not my thing. Like, $60 pair of brown shoes just do the job. So
yeah, it's true. But granted, the shoes kind of look comfortable, but at the same time, these are kind of those I don't know, like the big release, kind of like the Jordans, how they're always like, some big release with it. I see this and I'm like, dude, really? Like this is supposed to represent you, Steph. This isn't down for the cause. This isn't it, man.
It's like the most basic shoe that you can put out anywhere. Like, no. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I absolutely agree. If it's like a shoe you're putting out there and something, it's like, you can do better than that. But like the shoe itself, it's a basic shoe. I wouldn't buy it at its price tag, but you cut the price in half, I might consider it, you know.
Man, but so the funniest thing about this is watching all the jokes about the shoes that I've been reading the past like couple of days. That first day, I just found it hilarious. There's a meme with somebody putting the shoes on Milhouse's dad from from The Simpsons. Somebody put it on the Life Alert. I've fallen and can't get up. Someone put it on the Life Alert lady. They're just it's so funny. Looking at all this. And
you need to follow my friend Kofi Yaboa. It's spelled Kofie space Yeboah. He's a intern with the Undefeated. But he has so many good pop culture jokes and everything. Like he had so many good jokes when it came to those Steph Curry shoes. Like if you follow him, it's at Kofi Speaks. But it's a pretty good account if you want to look if you like pop culture and you like sports as well. He's pretty good on that account. So that's something I would recommend to you if you want to look at some more of those jokes or anything.
I'm gonna take a look at it when we get off.
Absolutely, man.
But it was not a good day for that. But then on the other end, he comes in and drops I don't know how many points. He actually showed up for a finals game.
Yeah,
and
they got a good lead now.
Yeah,
except Draymond's out for Game 5, but
yeah, that's the breaking news I actually wanted to talk about. So Draymond Green has been suspended. Surprisingly to me, that they finally suspended him after. I'm sorry, I'm getting my internal thoughts out.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I'm surprised it took him this long. Like I thought, even spend a little bit more games after the Steven Adams kick to the groin. I was like, man, there's no way. Like he's not gonna avoid suspension, and yet he avoids suspension, but he finally gets a suspension for Game 5. It's been a long time coming. Like he's this year's Dellavedova, if you will.
Well, the thing is, people I read were complaining, well, how come Dellavedova didn't get banned a Game 1? I'm like, Dellavedova, granted he hit him, but at the same time, he didn't have a history in this year's playoffs of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Draymond, oh my goodness. Like I can't believe they haven't, I don't know. I didn't think the NBA would have the balls to do it. Get it? That was my joke. The balls to do it. Anywho.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I had to put that in. But, man, I don't know what to think. And at the same time, it's kind of like I still don't think the Cavs can win. But
oh, yeah, I agree. Especially if them playing at home. Especially if, Golden State playing at home and everything.
Now, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say it would be, I don't know, per se the Cavs win and then they're playing back in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that only the NBA would be more happy about this just because it means more money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I was like, really? Now you suspend Draymond?
Yeah.
I have no words for it right now.
I don't blame you. It's a tough situation. It's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you kind of expect better from the league, from good old Adam Silver, but at the same time, like if you're looking at a money stance and everything, you kind of get it, but at the same time, ethically, just let them play the game, and it's gonna be interesting. But I do think Golden State's gonna win Game 5, though.
Yeah.
That will be my personal prediction for that game. So,
it really stinks. Does this okay? So recently there was a 30 for 30 for the O.J. Simpson, and I was wondering, is that the same night? If so, I got to decide what to watch.
That would be poor playing on their part if they did it on the same night. There's no. Well, Yeah, there's no way it's gonna be.
No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be the worst thing they could. That'd be the poorest planning on their part if they were doing it on that night. I mean, very poor planning. Unless they did it like immediately afterwards, but still, that's even kind of poorish planning. But I haven't seen it yet. I've seen people tweeting about it. Well, I think the tweets I've seen about it is it goes too in depth into his life. There's too much.
Well, okay, so I watched it last night. It's it's 2 hours and it's 5-part series, 2 hours. It's a ton.
Yeah.
I will say that. But granted, this is with commercials and stuff in between. It goes really in depth with the sense of you have to understand of how great of a college athlete he was and everything in California at the time, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of the stuff upon reading, I didn't realize or know. And I feel watching OJ versus the People, that show, it didn't really tell you a ton about it.
Yeah.
And now it kind of makes you realize, wow, OJ versus the People was kind of a joke, because of how dramatized in Hollywood they made it. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, but at the same time, it's kind of like 2 hours of just sitting in one place watching it. It's a long time, and then having to do that for a 5-part series. Like, I feel like if this was on Netflix, they should have released it immediately on Netflix. It would have been great as a series.
I can see. Honestly, yeah. I mean, that's a good, and with it being like a 10-hour thing, well, give or take. Let's see, 5 episodes. It's about that'd be about a little over 9 hours. Yeah. I mean, you still. Separate it into its 5 parts, have the 5 parts on there and everything. But I think that'd been a good Netflix release. I definitely agree. I think what they should do is immediately after the last one airs, then put it on Netflix as well. I'm Briggs. I definitely need to watch a bit of it. I don't know if I When you said next one? When's the next one coming on? You said Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay. I don't know. Would it be worth watching? Wait, is there anywhere I can watch the first one? You think?
I don't know. Maybe online.
You
can definitely find it online.
Have it or something.
Yeah, probably. You could definitely find it online. I'm sure it shouldn't be that hard to find.
Absolutely.
It was definitely interesting, and then seeing all of his endorsements in. Something that was never put across was how popular he was, like not just as a player, but just as a personality. I didn't realize how popular he was as a personality. I will say that. And that kind of makes me think, oh, okay, if he was actually this big, then the whole case must have, okay, I understand why the case was so huge then.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was very long. And I wish I could have paused it, but it was good. Oh man,
this has been a pretty rough week, I would think. With the death of Muhammad Ali and the tragedy that's happened today over in Orlando and everything. It's been a really rough week.
Kimbo Slice as well.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kimbo. Did you see that photo floating around?
Which one?
There was a photo floating around on Twitter, but it was called the Holy Fight, and it had a picture of Muhammad Ali, Kimbo Slice having a fight, and then reffing it was Hammurabi the gorilla from the Cincinnati Zoo.
No way.
Yes, I kid you not.
Harambe. Oh, okay, so somebody brought this up. Guys, you're from Atlanta. You're from Georgia. Yeah. Were you familiar with dang, I forgot his name already. Not Mighty Joe. What was the guy's name? There's Willie B, the gorilla in the Atlanta Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what if a small child fell into the gorilla pit of Willie B? How long do you think it would have taken him to be like, can we shoot him?
I've never been to the Atlanta Zoo. I've driven past it. That was when I was working in Norcross. I have to transfer equipment over near Confederate Avenue, excuse me, near where the GSP headquarters were at. I had to deliver packages over there and stuff. So I drove by there a couple times. I never actually been in there. Man, I think they could have done some other. I think there could have been some other tactics involved. Like I would have been curious because I'm not sure how they do meals and stuff with the gorillas, but I'm kind of surprised they didn't try swaying the gorilla away from the kid or anything like that before doing anything. Like, hey guys, it's dinner time or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a zoo expert or anything, but it's something that pops in my head.
I've read so many different angles to this that I'm just kind of like, what can you do if you're in that situation? I understand both parts. Like, hey, you shouldn't have killed him, but on the other hand, it's just kind of like, well, if something happened to the kid,
yeah. Like that gorilla was dragging that kid around, like it was it was almost like watching a young child dragging a small toy around. It was pretty bad. And, a small kid like that having his head hitting the concrete of that little floor and everything, and getting dragged through the water like that. I mean, that's gotta be scary.
Yeah, and I've heard different people talk saying, hey, that's what they do with their young. And then I've heard some other, thoughts from supposed animal or gorilla experts saying, well, he was also kind of in a aggressive stance as a gorilla. So you never know. But my initial thought was when I heard about the whole thing, I was like, okay, so if something were to happen to the gorilla, will the gorilla's family sue you? Okay, now let's ask, if something were to happen to the kid, will the kid's family sue you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't know. But
it's a tough situation.
Anyway, Willie B. I feel like Willie B., if that were to happen in Atlanta, I would have been there would have been some phone calls to supervisors or something trying to figure out, yeah, okay, but it's Willie B. Are you sure? Willie B. was a national treasure and hero to kids in Atlanta growing up, or at least Georgia. I remember way back when.
That's, what way? What made him special?
Just a lot of people. He was kind of like the mascot. Everybody knew of Willie B. You know how you'll see a cartoon, or I don't know, where they'll go to the zoo and everyone will have this depiction of an animal.
Yeah.
And everyone loves that animal. He was the little Sebastian of Atlanta. We'll put it like that. He was the little Sebastian of Atlanta.
Yes. Thank you for using the Parks and Recs reference within the phone call.
There's no really other way for me to describe it besides saying that.
Bye bye, Willie B.
Oh man, it's always good. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, James, this has been fun.
It has. You know what I'm really excited for?
What's up?
Your June 23rd AMA and podcast going on over on the Atlanta Hawks subreddit.
Man, I completely forgot to mention that to the people.
Man,
James, go ahead, let them know. What? So what exactly is this?
Okay, so
everyone can know.
During the week of the NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks subreddit is going to be doing this big AMA lineup. It's going to be our Atlanta Hawks Draft Week AMA series. And if you don't know what an AMA is, it's an Ask Me Anything. We'll have guests on there like Lang Whitaker. Peachtree Hoops will be coming on. Bob Rathbun, our Fox Sports Southeast play-by-play commentator for the Atlanta Hawks, will be coming on.
And friendly guest to Caw Cast.
Absolutely. And then also Josh he's going to be coming on. Not only is he going to be doing an AMA, but he's also going to be doing a podcast on that AMA as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually pretty excited about that.
I'm still trying to work out what I want to do. What I'm thinking is during the draft, I want to put up a live feed, I guess you would say, so everyone to join. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yes, the AMA is coming up, and really excited. I'm so glad that Atlanta Hawks Reddit has invited me, and I'm really looking forward to it, and hoping everybody can join in. Just have some fun. I'm just looking to relax, have some fun lately.
Absolutely, and that's all. That's all the guys over there ask for. Just have some fun, make it fun. You're gonna be talking. I assume they'll be talking about the NBA draft while you're doing it as well. So it'll be like an NBA pod, like NBA draft pod, along with ask me anything when people asking questions and stuff as well. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. And everything like that. And also you'll be able to see your reactions and stuff as you're being asked questions and stuff.
That's true. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. Anyway, James, thank you for coming on. Thank you for tuning in today, June 12th, and thank you for serenading me with that wonderful, wonderful song.
No problem, man. Like I said, happy birthday. How old are you now? Because you're a year or 2 years older than me.
I'm a few years. I don't know if I should be discussing my age. 28. 28, but
so you're about about 3.5 years older than I am. So
okay. Make me feel old.
Sorry, man. Anyway, what I'm excited about? I'm officially done with school, and
congratulations.
Officially done.
Anyway, cool. Well, thank you, James. Thank you for calling in. I'm about to get in, talk to the next caller that we have on the line. It's fun. And once again, if anyone ever wants to be part of the show, be sure to email, text, tweet, smoke signal, carrier pigeon. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you, James. It has been fun, and we'll talk to you. I'll talk to you next time, man.
All right, man. Sounds good. See ya.
Appreciate it. All right. Let me see. Who do I have on next with me? Got a guest coming in. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Shane. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, man?
What's going on? What is?
Not much. Yes. So, name is Shane Foster. I live here in Atlanta for about the last 3 years now, so I'm one of the many transient Hawks fans. Listening to your podcast for the last probably about a year or two.
Well, I appreciate it.
Thought it'd be pretty cool to call in and talk some Hawks, talk some finals, talk some draft, all that fun stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you for one, you're listening, and two, for coming in and talking with us.
Absolutely.
Man, but what you want to talk about today? What can we go on to talk about?
So I think I'm one of the few that think they should let Horford walk.
Oh man,
that's kind of yeah. So we may have to argue about this. But you gotta hear my points. And then I think the overarching sentiment is for people, to just give them the max and kind of run it back with him and Baze, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you think too?
I don't think.
What would you do before I kind of dive into why I think not?
Okay, I think this is for everybody. Go back, listen to our podcast. I believe I recorded with Bo Cherney on this. I'm sorry, Shane. I have to try to pimp out all of my old podcasts so everybody can.
Hey man,
I can get the listens up. So I can get the plays up. I'm sorry. Anyway, in the podcast, I think we both agreed that, at least I thought, they need to keep Horford. Not necessarily the max. Like, I feel like you can pay him less than max. I'm thinking maybe 5 years, 100,000. Thinking, but I haven't seen. I don't know all the specific.
100,000. That's a discount.
Is it though? No, I'm kidding.
I'm just kidding. You mean 100 million?
Did I say 100,000? Wow.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
I'm
if you
sorry.
could get 5 years, 100,000, I say do that all day.
I'm sorry. 100,000 is what my max contract would be. That's what my max contract would be.
I got you.
100 million. That's close to what I'm pretty sure that's what Joe was getting paid when we gave him the max, and that is still kind of less than the max. But mostly, I feel we need. Yes. Yeah. I feel we need to keep him for the sense of Horford is very valuable as an asset. He's one of the top centers in the league. It would be very hard to name 5 centers that are better than him. And just about every team would benefit with having him on their roster. So in the sense, I think the Hawks need to take charge in that sense. And if they want to rebuild and stuff, have him as an asset to give to somebody. But that's my quick thought of why they need to hold on to him.
So here's my thing. So
okay, go ahead.
If you can get Al for 5 years for 100, I'm on board. But 5 for 150 is a lot. You're paying and you're paying him because I think that goes up a few percentage points as the contract goes on. And he's 30, at least 30 now, might be 31.
I think he's 30.
So my problem with the deal is you're at 34 and 35 when granted he's one of the top 5 centers in the league now, but will he be in 4 years? And then you're paying him around $30 million a year when he's 34, 35. And I'm not sure they're getting past Cleveland in the next year or two when he's worth the most value, And I know that's kind of a cop out to go, oh, well, LeBron's got the East locked up for the next couple of years. But I think – so what I would do is – I mean, if you can get him 5 for 100, great. That's fine. But if you have to go 5 for 150, I say you let him walk and you start to rebuild. I mean, I would trade – I'm on the trade Teague band, I guess, instead of paying him $20 million after next season. And then you use that money, and I'm a mid-Millsap fan. I think Millsap's not only better than Horford, but a top 15, 20 player in the league. You have to pay Millsap after next season. So I would use the money to re-sign Millsap. And then after next season, I think Schroeder and Millsap are the only ones on the team that are under contract. So you open up Atlanta as a place where, it's got a good, not good market as in people coming to the games, but, Budenholzer's a big name in coaching and running the show. And you can sign Millsap and bring in, 2 max players and kind of do it as like a package deal to free agents after next season. So that's the reason. I mean, I totally get the run it back with Baze and Horford, especially when you look at what happened out in the West this year. I mean, to be honest, there's probably two or three teams in the East that are LeBron sprained ankle away from being able to play in the finals. But I just think that the East kind of runs through Cleveland for the next couple of years, and that's when you're going to get the most value out of Horford's contract. So I'd let him walk. Probably wouldn't want to pay Baze 16 or 18 million like he's going to get too. So yeah, that's what I think. I know I'm in the minority.
No, man.
I know the chances are they're probably going to sign Al and Baze and just run it back. I mean, that's new owners don't tank other than, Philly. I mean, new owners typically come in and spend a bunch of money.
Well, also new owners, when you have the president as your head coach, his job is on his job is kind of on the line, I guess. Like that's part of his resume, wins and losses.
That's a good point.
Wins and losses, so I can't exactly see him. Boy, you bring up a lot of good points. I will say, and don't say minority there because you are probably one of the few that say you would let Horford walk, but you actually give a good reason.
That's the thing. A lot of times, you see Horford walk, and it's because oh, he sucks and he's not a real center. And those are stupid reasons.
Okay. Thank you.
I think mine are different reasons. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's a great player. I'm not knocking him at all. I think Millsap's a little better. And I'd rather pay Millsap the max than Horford, I guess.
So let me ask, what are the chances that Millsap, when will we start to see Millsap break down? Because he's up there in age as well.
Yeah, he's probably, just a year younger than Al? A year or two?
I thought he was older than Al. I could be wrong, though.
Oh, really?
I thought he was – now you're making me look at this. Let me Google Al Horford real quick.
But, yeah, so I think with Millsap, I think you probably – honestly, you probably have a couple more years. I think he'll get progressively better as a three-point shooter. I mean, he did this year just by taking more of them. And Al did too. And I know a big argument is that Al is going to age well. But you don't want to pay a 35-year-old center $30 million ever. So I think that the history of big men aging well is not very conducive to paying him 5 years, $150 million starting at 30 years old.
Okay, real quick, because I'm fact checking.
Yeah.
Millsap is a year older than Horford.
We'll disregard everything I said. I take back.
Okay. Al is 30 though. Millsap is 31. Birthday's in February.
Okay.
But yeah, I could see what you mean about Al, big man. The thing with Horford, to me, with aging well, is he doesn't have any leg problems or foot problems or knee problems like you see with a lot of centers. Granted, a lot of his game, it's not necessarily only jump shooting, but he is very athletic and he's quicker than a lot of the centers, and that's where his advantages come from. So in that sense, that will slow down kind of. But I don't know. It's kind of my worry with Paul Millsap, though, because you see a lot of his game is just being able to be faster than his opponent.
Yeah.
And
they're very similar in their advantages, I think.
Yeah, being able to handle the ball, be faster. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my thought.
It'll be an interesting offseason because, I mean, you either run it back because they can go over the cap with Al, which means they can pay Bays, the 16 or 17 that he's going to get before they re-sign Al. But is Schroeder or Teague, Korver, Bays, Al, Paul? I mean, they're not getting out of the East. And with Boston coming up, I think Detroit is in kind of a good place in the next few years. You have some teams in the East, and Atlanta's just kind of running it back with a bunch of 30-year-olds and then Bays and Schroeder. So,
well,
I don't know. Go ahead.
I was going to say, don't you know Kevin Durant's coming to Atlanta?
Oh, yeah. That'll be great. Yeah, once we get Al and Kevin Durant, we have nothing to worry about, and I'm sure the stadium will then be about 85% full instead of 60% full.
Hey, man, if that dream were to actually happen, the thing is that kind of upsets me. I don't know if it's just because I'm an Atlanta fan or as a basketball fan. Everyone talks about Durant going to Boston, Durant going to Miami. It's literally, if he joined our roster of what we have, just substitute him for Bazemore, that instantly, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That would instantly.
I mean, Miami has the draw because of Riley, and they've done it. But I think roster-wise, the only thing is, I mean, do you think he does anything except sign a 1+1 and then reopen it next year? I mean, if he signs with someone this year, he's pretty much just throwing, I heard one person say $80 million down the drain because he can get the full whatever, the cap's going up next year and he can get a bigger percentage because he'll have been in the league for 10 years. I mean, I'd be shocked if he doesn't just go 1+1 and re-sign in OKC and run it back next year.
Well, if he goes what if he signed a 1 year? Okay, let me just.
Yeah, the 1+1 is like a player option just in case something happens, but it's really a 1.
Yeah.
A 1 year deal, and he'll be unrestricted again after next season when the cap goes up another like 20 million or whatever.
Well, let me ask this just hypothetically, and this is just devil's advocate, stupid questions right now. Would you give Kevin Durant a max contract?
Yes,
okay.
In a heartbeat.
Okay. All right, we are in similar areas.
I was gonna say, I imagine if I say no, you just hang up and move on to the next, and rightfully so.
I'd hang up. I'd start editing the video and start to put it out there right now.
Fair enough.
No, man. I'm with you. I don't see how you can walk away from all that money because that's a ton of money. Basketball wise, I mean, I hate to sound homerish, but like Atlanta's a really good spot if he were to come to Atlanta. That is the position he's needed in. Coaching is very good. Ownership now is like actually supportive. There's actually stuff to do in the city, opposed to Oklahoma City. I don't know. And also, I don't know how he feels about leaving Westbrook. Unless if he feels Westbrook is going to get a ton of money if he lets him run his own team. I don't know.
Well, and another thing, if he signs that 1+1, Russ is a free agent after next season too.
Yeah.
And I mean, it seems like while they may not be perfect for each other on the basketball court, I mean, they're friends.
Yeah. Really good
there's
friend.
so many reports about them arguing or whatever. I mean, they've been playing together since they were both like 18, 19 years old. So if he wants to leave, it just doesn't make sense for him to leave now and just leave 70, 80 mil on the table.
Well, one report is that he said he doesn't want to play in Houston. So even the Hawks have a chance.
Yeah.
we have a shot, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm with you. I don't see Durant leaving. Like that's a ton of money. Man. Any other random news you want to go over real quick? Did you see that picture of that Instagram model with Steph Curry shooting the free throws?
No.
Kind of in the it looks so bad. Like something from a movie. You know what? Let me see if I could tweet it to you real quick. If I could find the photo. But it is so I don't know what to say.
That's funny.
But basically,
yeah. I mean, what do you think about Draymond getting suspended today? I think it was kind of. I'm not too surprised.
So
you can't keep kicking people in the balls throughout for the last 2 months and not get penalized for it. Like,
so I was actually just talking to James about this, and I had Patrick on earlier, and boy, I'm sure Patrick he wasn't for it, but I was talking to James and I said, I don't think it's because he hit LeBron, but it's more as like, dude, this is the freaking fourth time you've done this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He got suspended for this being like the culmination of it.
Yeah.
And I saw one person kind of was, kind of giving LeBron some stuff about it. But if by LeBron, that's a smart move by LeBron. He's a flagrant away, and you stepping over somebody is as disrespectful as it gets on a basketball court. He did that on purpose. He could have gone around them. Like, it happens all the time in a game. You don't walk over people unless you're trying to do something. But it's smart. It's a smart move by LeBron. And I'm not a LeBron fan at all, but that was a smart play by him because he knows Draymond, one, is, has got a temper, is kind of a little bit of an insane person. And then he's a flagrant foul away. I mean, especially now, you can get a flagrant for just about anything in the NBA. And he's, one flailed elbow away from being suspended for an NBA Finals game. So it's smart by LeBron. I agree with you. It's just a culmination of Draymond hitting people's balls for the last 2 months. So I thought it'll be interesting to see what happens in Game 5 because I think Golden State's just a significantly better team than Cleveland. But if they lose this one because they're not Draymond, and then they have to go back to Cleveland where no, they won the Game 4, but I mean Golden State's kind of checked out every once in a while during the playoffs just because they can. They're that good.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I don't know. I think NBA can benefit from a ton of money if Golden State loses, but I don't know. I don't see them losing. The Golden State's too good.
I think they win Game 5 without Draymond. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they won that. And kind of with you about the whole LeBron thing, I'm not necessarily a huge fan. Granted, he's beaten my favorite team every single time we play in the playoffs. I will recognize, though, that LeBron gets a ton of let's see. I was going to say a ton of slack, not a ton of slack. He gets a ton of crap. Let's go with that.
Oh yeah.
I feel he gets judged more harshly than a lot of players, especially watching this playoffs, where it is literally, if you watch these finals, it's like, okay, one guy is carrying the team, whereas like the other one's like,
he hasn't botched. I mean, he's not botching anything. He's just, his team is not as good as the team they're playing against, who is a top 2 NBA team of all time. So,
yeah,
I mean, to look back at LeBron's career, and I mean, he'll be 2-5 in the finals after this year. And so, that'll be used against him. But I mean, no one was beating the Spurs, that second year they played in that rematch year. And then this year they caught the Warriors, who's one of the best teams of all time. I mean, I'm not a LeBron fan, but that's a pretty weak argument against him to say he went, 2-5 in the finals. I mean, he brought a awful Cleveland team to the finals, when they played the Spurs the first time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not a LeBron guy at all, and it makes me feel a little weird.
Yeah, it makes me
sticking up for him and defending him.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
I'm right there with you. I feel horrible because I'm defending him. I'm defending him so hard against everyone, especially I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the Warriors, but like I'm defending people that say like, oh well, LeBron wins. All they're going to do is talk about how great LeBron is. I'm like they don't do that with Steph Curry, or they don't do that with Draymond Green, or any other play. I'm like biasness, and I hate it because I'm defending him.
Yeah,
I feel dirty on the inside defending with him.
Exactly.
Hey man, well, thank you for coming on and talking today, man.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Tons of fun. We'll have to I'll have to link up and do kind of like a call-in show in the future at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know. Still getting my stuff together.
Hey, good deal, man. Yeah, I enjoy listening to you. You guys do a great job throughout the season. We'll see what happens this offseason.
Hey, heck yeah, man. Anyway, appreciate it.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
See you.